But, no. I changed it. I think. I did. Hello. That's a loud refrigerator. So here we go. It is time to live stream the channelversary. This is not the official one. This is the unofficial, oh shit, everything went wrong one. I don't know how this sounds. I sound very echoey to me. How do I sound to you? 5 fingers, I see you there. Hello. Welcome to this mess. This is a mess. But a good mess. Of sorts. Because I'm done. I'm finally done with all the things. And I hope I get some sleep tonight. Ugh, I've been waking up way too early lately. I don't approve. I'm used to this being this much higher. That's freaking me out. I wonder. I don't know if that would be a good idea. Sorry. Coming up with things on the fly. But the little ring light thing I brought with me is working. I feel like it's a little too bright, but I can't tell because that's so bright. It's in my eyes. I can't tell. Now, before I do anything, I have to do this. Done. Time to pass whiskey. Hello. Mr. Great Shot, hello. You're in the same state as me right now. Same town. Same state? Same town. Both. I just got back a little while ago from a little meetup. It's Bourbon I did. I only had 1 drink, thankfully, because again, driving. But, worst of all though, I realized on my drive back, I was thinking, I can get beers or maybe a nip or something. I don't know. Yeah, Texas is weird. Liquor stores are closed on Sundays. Weird. Granted, I do know that freaking music. Rhode Island itself didn't used to have liquor stores open on Sundays either. Boing! Zen boot, hello. Yeah, that was my water from Kirkland. That's a great noise. Sorry. One of the other weird quirks about being in Texas is that no one drinks the water. Because everyone has bottled water. And as someone who is just used to refilling their water bottle, like this is the thing I refill all the time from the sink. Apparently I shouldn't do that. So I haven't yet. Stupid laws. I should break those. For the people who claim to be like the Lone Star Freedom, yeah, Kiha type, they sure have a lot of weird rules regarding doing anything exciting. Okay, make sure everything's in it. How does this look? Again, I can't really tell because I have bright light in my eye. I don't want to be like blown out. I'm pale as I don't want to be shiny. I don't think I'm shiny. I felt shiny. I think my skin has aged 2 years in the past 2 days, just from being in the heat and the sun. The Bastards Ball was wonderful, of course. I also got to sum it up. For Friday and Saturday night. And that was exciting. It was nice to be useful, I guess is the word, of assistance for the event. I feel like I have to be back here. There we go. Sound and video are decent. Yeah, well, should also mention that the Wi-Fi here is... I could pay for it to be better. I'm not going to. I didn't even have a plan to do this until I got back. I thought, well, I gotta have another drink. I only had 1 drink at the bar. It was a Maker's Pick that the bar we were at had. I think it was called 7 Grand. Pretty nice place. There are things I didn't like dead animal heads all over the walls, which is both, it's like, rustic, also creepy. I used to think it was a cool thing, but now it's just like there's an animal head on the wall. A lot of them, actually, at that place. I am not burnt to a crisp. I did use sunblock and sunscreen as much as I could. Much more than I thought I would. Now, let's get into the stuff you want to know. What did I get so far? But first, whiskey. This made it all the way from Rhode Island. And this is all I got for alcohol here. I have nothing else. It's larceny. Just regular larceny. Focus on this. Do it. Do it. You're a different camera. You're supposed to be better than the other one. I mean, it's not better than the other one, but here we go. No, it's too bright. It hates me. That's weird. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by the fact that the camera doesn't want to work on something so simple. But I am very bright. I feel like I'm blown out. How are you? Anyway, it's larceny. '80, 92 proof, 82 proof. And I'm going to do a pairing, which I don't normally do. It's not, I don't think it's going to be a good pairing, but it's a pairing I'm doing anyway. Because I felt like it. Good enough. And again, I was going to try, I thought about getting something else, and of course I'm thinking, no, the freaking liquor stores are all closed, I'm not getting anything. Thankfully, I have plenty of whiskey here. I'm not opening these, mind you, but I wanted to show you guys what they were while I was able to. Now, first, what do you want to start with first? Well, let me think. How about we start with something that's not whiskey? But first of all, cheers to all of you who happen to just pop in. Again, I have officially confirmed with the universe and everything that my streams are just going to be pop-ups, apparently, because I tried to do one that was scheduled at an event, and the Wi-Fi was just like, no, I don't think you're going to do that. You scheduled a stream. Screw you. But I was not the only one that had a problem. Roy, Aquavite tried to do something as well, and it just didn't. Disappointing. I think the only one who got away with it was Eric Waite. That's okay. It actually smells pretty nice. It's nice color too. Look at that. Beauty. So again, cheers to all of you for being here, who are here or watching on the replay, because that's a thing. Mr. Greyshot, why don't you usually ask that question? I was going to show you not whiskey first, but since you brought it up, Andalusia bottle and blonde. What? Go figure. Straight whiskey. This, I picked this up. Don't tell anyone. But there was a whiskey tube meetup at Andalusia on Friday. Was it Friday? It was Friday. Yeesh. And they were kind enough to let us get our hands on the bottle and bond before it was released, which I think it was released on Saturday officially, so you can get it now. But I got a taste of it. We got a nice little tour. It was pretty sweet. And I gotta drag that all the way home now. Ooh. Dad, hello! Papa KillCo is here. Everyone say hello. Dad's been feeling kind of crap. Hopefully you're feeling alright now, Dad, for the moment. Stay well. Keep eating food, Dad. Let me come over there. Pitch Hitter Whiskey Lounge. Hello, Jim. Hello. Yeah, this is very pop-up and this is very bright. Plus, I can barely read chat. I wonder if I can make that bigger. I should think. Use my brain for more than a minute. Can I make the text bigger? I am on my laptop, clearly, but obviously, so I don't know how it works in some regards, like with fiddling with making things bigger and such. But let me try to read that. 3 years. Go to bed. Yeah, you are up late. Go to bed. Thank you for stopping in. And thank you. Sweet dreams. Sweet dreams. All that. I'm all center now. What I did. I don't know what I did. I'm in a spinny chair to boot. Let's see. Oh yeah, I moved the laptop. That would do it. I also have another bottle, so that's a good one. This is no doubt a good one already. I'm glad to add this to the collection because I wouldn't have been able to get it otherwise. I thought about getting the rum. Let's stick to one problem at a time here. One spirit, so to speak. Speaking of, I have a whiskey that isn't a whiskey at all. I grabbed this thing. Assassin's Mead. You can't see it because this thing hates light, apparently. The camera absolutely hates light. It does have a light thing on, but I don't know what that is. The webcam's weird. Let's just put it to that. There you go. Tilt it. Assassin's Mead. I think the Whiskey Tribe has this as a t-shirt that you could probably get. I have no idea. But this is a distilled spirit specialty. 109%. Sorry, 109 proof. Whoa, what if you have something? 13 months aged, so just over a year. And basically all they did was distill a mead that was not usable. It's like it got lost in the fray. So they made this, and they haven't been able to find a mead guy yet to make more. So this is it. They sold these, and I think whoever wanted one has it. So that's it. That's the only reason I got it. I wanted something that was just a one-off because I was curious about it. I mean, I don't know how it's going to taste. It's probably going to taste very honey-ish. Yeah, you magnificent bastards. Oh, Mr. Great Shot, I can't answer that question. I can say... it's not so much what my favorites were, because you have to remember, I'm not going to the vault as a person who's going to drink at the vault like I did last year. I was very fortunate to get up there at all, and I got to try a bunch of stuff then, but again, I don't take pictures of stuff. I probably should. I should have last year, but now I don't at all, because I am going up there as a whiskey som and not just someone who is going there drinking a lot of whiskeys. So what I'm usually doing while I'm there is entertaining guests, people who are there and who cannot pour their own bottles, because you're not supposed to do that unless you're a som. So instead of looking for what I want to drink, I'm trying to find out what the other people would be interested in drinking. And I did some of that. It was kind of fun. I can tell you a special one that was funny to me. It's nothing funny to me. Again, it's experience and just kind of circumstance. I had been... well, first of all, I went to a tea tasting on Thursday. Like an actual tea, Chinese tea place where they went through a whole process of pouring the tea and having me drink it. Like, at least I had the same type of tea, and it was steeped 4 or 5 times at least for each one, and it was all 6. I think it was at least 6 varieties of tea. So red, black, yellow, green, and one other. There had to be at least one other, but I forget what it is. So it was a wonderful tea experience that I had just to try it. The idea was I was going to go to Mama KillCo, but again, as some of you know, stuff has happened in my family life, and that was not possible. So I went myself just to do it, have a tea experience. I actually got to do it with Co-op Whiskey, John, as some of you know him. So we had a little tea time, and coincidentally, they had representatives show up at the Bastards Ball. So they were there selling, like having people try tea and selling tea that they actually have at their store and all that. Flash forward to the vault. Those representatives got invited to go up to the whiskey vault. Cool. And I got to be the one to take them around the vault and see what they liked. For one thing, they liked the Freud. That was the easy start. But to get to the story, we were near the end of the evening, and I was rummaging in one of the corners, which has some, let's just see, less. You probably can't find them as easily, or some people consider them rare, all that sort of thing. This is what I'm talking about. Specifically, it's called Weller 107. You've heard of it. You know what it is if you've been here long enough. It's something I like. I have a bottle at home. I don't know if it'll be good. They had asked me for something. I forgot what they said, but they were asking me to try something in a certain way. I don't know if it was something... We might have been talking about Buffalo Trace. Maybe. I'm trying to figure out how I even led to this when I was doing it. So I grabbed Weller 107, and it had been a pick. So it had been a store pick. It had a sticker on the side, and I went, well, I want to make sure you get to try the thing that you could maybe find out there. So then I went and I grabbed the other bottle that was near there. Yes, there were 2 Weller 107s sitting next to each other. So I grabbed the other one. I was like, all right, here we go. And I flip it around. Lo and behold, the person who donated it to the vault was Cliff Smith. Now, if you don't know, Cliff Smith comes in here on occasion. I hope he's home by now, or at least somewhere. He left today. But Cliff Smith is one of the Psalms who has been a very generous donor to the channel, and he also visits Irene Tan's store a lot, and so we both hang out and do stuff there. And again, very generous with his time and his donations. It's nuts. I don't know why he does it, but it's great. So coincidentally, I grabbed the bottle he donated, and I was talking about how this is a bottle I like, and telling them, yeah, this is a Whiskey Somm Level 2, who is also here, who I've hung out with numerous times. Lovely chap, as Enbud knows. And when I'm talking about it a little bit and pouring it for them, guess who walks into the door? Cliff himself. He had also been volunteering there and had been about. Like, I knew he was already there, but then he just happened to walk through the door, and it was a very funny moment. So that was one of the highlights as far as the bottle I liked best, just because of the circumstances surrounding it. The tea people who I went to see, I was the one serving them the whole night, and of course, grabbing that bottle, having that coincidence, and then he walks through the door like fate itself had stepped through. Donner Pass whiskey, I was, but I was there late, so I didn't actually leave the vault until about probably close to 11 p.m. Much later than I thought we would. I thought it was gonna be cut off at 10. So suddenly it was, we weren't actually leaving there until close to 11. It took about 20 to 30 minutes to get back to my place, the place I'm sitting now, which is 5 minutes away from De La Quinta. So it wasn't as if I had to drive far to get there. Got back, I think I changed my shirt or something, and then went to La Quinta for maybe an hour because it was late. It was starting to wind down already. But I did get to talk to Roy a little bit. I did get to talk to Jesse from New Zealand, Roy from Aquavite, Jesse from Still It? Yeah, Still It. And leading up to something else, Roy had brought me a bottle. Also, I got to try the Loch Lomond that Roy had picked, which I think was obliterated that night. I don't know if it was opened earlier, like the day before or something, but it was gone by the end of the night. But he brought me this funny bottle. This is Valentine's Finest Moxie's Bar Edition. Now, some of you may not know, I play a game called Borderlands. I have played it since the very first edition of the game, and Moxie is one of the very voluptuous and alluring characters who's in there. So you can understand why I like it. But she is a bartender, and I saw that was released again, but to get the bottle shipped to me would have been overseas. So it would have gone from Europe area to here, and it would have been a ridiculous amount of money for one bottle. So I was fortunate enough to get in touch with... Oh, I am tired. I was fortunate enough to get in touch with No Nonsense Whiskey. He's over there too. And I was like, hey, can you pick this up for me? And he also played Borderlands, I believe, or at least the earlier ones. I don't know about the rest. So he purchased it. I Venmoed him the money. And then he got it into Roy's hand. And then Roy got it all the way over there to come to here to put into my hands last night. So, if anything, well, it's just what I believe is Valentine's in a different bottle with this plastic thing on it. Because this does come off. So it's just a bottle with this wrap on it, and of course Moxie, the selling point. It's got a huge story about how the whiskey community all over the world can get things done and is generous with their time and effort overall. And I think that's an amazing thing. So it's got that going for it. Do I plan to open it at all anytime soon, if ever? Nope. It's sentimental now. Someday I will, but we'll see. It'll have to be a very special candidate, and I don't expect a lot from it, so we'll see. Oh, well. Yep, that serendipity was on point. Jack White, always a pleasure. If you ever want to talk to me more than a few seconds, do just grab me and be like, hey, blah, blah, blah. I did have a good time. Sorry if I do this. It's, again, bright light. Hard to see the freaking chat. But it was a pleasure to meet everyone there. Overall, again, I did dash around like a madman, just like I knew I would the entire time. I got in 17,000 steps that day. So I was kind of nonstop. I barely get 5,000 steps in a day on an at-home doing nothing basis. So it was a little crazy. Now the pairing, before I forget, those are the 3 bottles I have right now. I may get something tomorrow. I'm going to do a little whiskey hunting thing. But again, I do not need more whiskey. 3 is plenty for this trip, but there may be something else out there that I can't get up north. So I want to look around, poke at a few stores tomorrow. Yeah, Mr. Great Shot is wild. And tonight, before I forget, I did mention, I think, I hang out with It's Bourbon Night, Chad and Sarah, and a bunch of other people who watch their channel at 7 grand. So that was nice as well. It was nice to just do that and not have to do much else. The parking was easier than I thought. I expected to have to fiddle around with trying to find a spot. There was a parking lot right across the way. Not cheap, but not super expensive. We were there for about 4 hours. And it was $20 to park, so not too bad. I think I could have parked longer, but tonight's pairing will be Twix. I went to the vending machine down the hallway and decided I'm going to try and pair this with the whiskey. Sweet with sweet, so I'm not sure what'll happen. Oh my god, it smells so good. You understand that I like bourbons, and then I also like stuff like Twix, where it's got a biscuit, caramel, and chocolate. So that just lines up with everything. What was that? Oh, I could get more steps in? How about? No. I'm good. So here we go. I have a little sip of this first. The unfortunate part, again, if you were paying attention or if you were trying to tune in, we'll say, to the Bastards Ball stream that was supposed to happen, the Wi-Fi was not cooperating. Not for anyone, really. For anyone who wanted to stream. And it would have been crazy. Again, it was outside. I couldn't even see the screen, like because of the light being weird. And not even testing this outside because I didn't even think to try to see what the screen would look like. It was wild. I did have my laptop the whole day, hidden away. But it also would have been a little noisy, I think. I don't know. Twix would possibly pair well with the Andalusia. Maybe, but I can't open it. There's too many risks about air pressure and such happening if I open any of these, so they must remain closed. That's how that works, because airplanes are weird. Transporting bottles is weird. Here we go. Oh my god, it smells so good. It smells ridiculously sweet. Caramelly. As I was saying. Oh, so good. I will be doing something tomorrow. And if you haven't been following my Instagram, I don't like promoting it, but a lot of what I do does end up there just because of Wi-Fi issues, or it's simply easier for me to take photographs of stuff and then just post it when I'm able to. Sometimes when I'm just, it's like, oh, I'm going to go to bed soon. Oh, wait, I should post these pictures from the day. But I posted a lot of fun stuff today, so if you haven't checked out the Instagram stories, at least, and the pictures, they're not too bad. Got a new phone, so. But the Instagram stories I did today are wild, because I just stumbled upon some crazy freaking modern museum with these interactive things. There was a VR one I did that was pretty wild. Nice of you. Should have stopped at East End. No, you shouldn't. It probably would have been stupid busy. Mr. Great Shot, I will be returning home on Tuesday afternoon is what I'm saying. I think it's, I don't know where my phone is. Well, I think it's, no, really, I don't know where it is. Shit. Well, it's in this room somewhere, in theory. No, that's going to bug me now. Nope. Anyway, Excellent, Mr. Great Shot. Glad that problem was solved at least. I had a whole bunch of others right now. Where did I put it? Yeah, where the hell is it? I was supposed to charge it. Why me? So the plan was to charge it, so what did I do with it? Hold on. I'm going to blind everyone temporarily. I'm sorry in advance. Surprisingly, this is actually not too bad. Let me see. Tell me how this looks. Hello. Boop. Should be fine. I can see what I'm doing. Put it over there. In the bathroom. What the hell was in the bathroom? Did I put it down? Hold, please. Good. Not it. Anyway, point was, I took a bunch of story stuff today and posted that from that wild museum place I went. So I hope you got to see those because it was kind of fun just to see those. And pictures, a lot of pictures of food. I haven't been eating quite as much as I should be. For example, I have had a quesadilla and some yogurt today. And that's it. And lots of whiskey. More whiskey than anything. And again, as much as I want to post more stuff on Patreon, which I try to do, because the people who are supporting me on Patreon are the ones who should see the cool stuff, it doesn't work sometimes. It's finicky, as Mr. Great Shot will concur. That's what it was. I don't like this big white wall. Of course, I have a big white wall behind me at home, but it is not, you know, it's got bottles covering it. Oh. Nice, Tom. You did, probably. I do remember bumping into some people at Andalusia last year. Glad you are here for this janky-ass stream. Man, candy is good. Oh, and of course I did bring this thing along, if you don't know what this is. This is from Bastards Ball 2021. It holds the Glencairn very, very well. Mr. Great Shot, you don't have to get onto Instagram. Actually, if you're on, well, are you on Facebook? I hate saying that. If you're on Facebook, I can friendify you and you can watch them there, I think, because they're the same damn thing. But I have stepped away from Facebook as hard as possible because I'm just done with it existing in my life, other than the fact that Instagram is part of that via Meta, which is a stupid name for things. Oh, that's true. On the first floor, by the way. So if you hear a bunch of weird noises, that's why. Alright, Mr. Great Shot, friend me there. I'll have to look at it on the laptop. So just tell me when you send the thing. Just look up my name, Brian Clavey. It should show up. And then you should be able to see the stories I posted today if you'd like. They're pretty wild. What else? What am I forgetting? It's been a lot. Oh, the La Quinta, that was pretty cool too. I also posted pictures of bottles I got to try, both there and there was more than just the La Quinta event. What else did I? Oh, I did post a few pictures of bottles I did try at the Bastards Ball. Only a couple. One that was a very interesting one, Weeder, a Texas one that I hadn't heard of, and I did enjoy it. And it was nice to see a new person, you know, there being like, hey, I'm a new distiller in Texas. Look what I'm doing. And it's a wheat whiskey. And it's a Texas wheat whiskey, I think. I do believe. Help. Sorry. I haven't eaten much today. I thought I'd have something delivered, but I hate doing that. Well, it requires dealing with another human being who I don't know. Kind of my nightmare. Thanks, phone, for letting me know I'm live. Other than that, I think I've covered just about everything of whiskey relevance. I'm trying to think. I went to a whole lot of nice places, but I didn't spend much money. I can't spend much money on this trip due to not having any. Even the Andalou bottle was quite a kick in the teeth. It was around 70, 60, 70, something like that. The Assassin's Mead I bought a while ago, and the Moxie's bottle I bought probably a month ago almost. Maybe 3 weeks. Not quite sure. Oh, nice. Yeah, that was a wild flight, as you know. It was tense. Someone was just like, wow. MGP can be pretty crazy, especially when it's been tweaked slightly. Oh, my eyeballs. Now, the plan of the evening is to just get some sleep. I don't know when that's actually going to happen. Since, again, I'm starting to get to the point where I'm, like, tweaked a little bit. I may stay up past midnight, possibly. Maybe just past 11 for a little bit. I don't know. Again, what I want to do tomorrow is look at some local liquor stores. Maybe stop at a distillery. I thought about stopping at Treaty Oak. I don't know if I'm going to, because I don't think I need a bottle from them. I know I don't have one. That doesn't mean I need one. I'm going to check something. See if there's anything interesting that they're doing, because I don't need to just get a Texas whiskey because I'm here. I've tried it. Banner. Yes. Banner was actually very interesting. It was a nice older gentleman back there who was at the table. He seemed very invested in what he was doing, and he was very knowledgeable about, saying, it's a wheat whiskey from Texas. We're using the Texas wheat. I was like, oh, that's cool. I don't know if that's really a thing. Well, I think they're mostly using corn usually. So, like most people who make types of bourbons. God, are my maps again? Oh. Don't mind me, I'm trying to do two things at once. What a surprise. Plus, Treaty Oak has a pretty good restaurant. That's another enticing thing. Or I could try Garrison Brothers, if they're open. Again, Mondays and distilleries, at least around here, are a bit weird. They're open on Sunday, or some of them were, but liquor stores aren't. It's freaking weird. Everything's weird around here, especially the roads. Driving around here gets a little crazy because I usually hang out in the right-hand lane, sort of. I hang out in the middle lane or the right-hand lane just because I don't want to go too fast. And the problem with the right-hand lane is merging traffic often, so I try to stay in the middle occasionally. But here, the right-hand lane will just turn into an exit. You're just like, this is an exit now. Freaking very quickly. Not like, it's like there's an exit coming up, you can only exit. It's just like, exit coming up, boom, you're there. It's very annoying. Among other things, people who drive around here are maniacs. Just, you don't need to hear me complain about it, but it's just it's a little weird driving around here, to say the least. Alright, whiskeys at Treaty Oak, because apparently Treaty Oak's open tomorrow, I think. We have Ghost Hill, Granny Glass Texas whiskey. That's nice. And it does say the mash bill. It's like right there. Corn, wheat, barley, percentages and everything. The Day Drinker? Is that really what that's called? It's hilarious. Aged 1 year. That's pretty short, but also Texas. The Ghost Hill is age 2. What is is it the same? 57, 32, 11. And then we got 57, 32, 11. So it's the same thing, age less. I think the Day Drinker just means it's for cocktails. It's 80 proof. Yep, it's for cocktails. 57, 32, 11. There's keeping the same mash bill so far. Char number 3. 1 year. And a cocktail mix. I think it's you can just pour it. Ready to drink bourbon cocktail. They got bourbon cocktails. Those are annoying. To someone like me who is looking specifically for a whiskey. That's what I mean. It looks like it could be good, but that is a new thing, I believe. Age 12 years. What? How is that a thing? Chili's Reserve, 100 proof, aged 12 years. How is that possible in this heat? It's a rye as well. Non-driving people around you, yes. Yes, then, dude, I have learned from my travels that I need... Either I'm going to need a lot more time when I get back from the trip, or I need time during the trip just to decompress. And I've gotten accustomed to finding places that have a certain vibe, that are just a little less stressful, less people, and that helps as well. Like if I can find a nice quiet cafe, or specifically someplace out, I want to say someplace outdoors, but in Texas, no. No, that's why I went to that museum today. It was too hot to do anything. Although I did get to go to a nice, like Mary Lou or Bird Lady, Ladybird, that's what it was, Ladybird flower area place. Again, Instagram is where you find all this stuff, because I forget. A lot of nice pictures of flowers. That's not the new camera on my phone. Make sure I'm caught up on chat, sorry. And then there's today, like I said, museum, it was nice, it was cool, both to see and also indoors, which was nice. Small batch rye, Chili's Reserve rye, sourced from Chile Distillery in Canada. Jeez. I was gonna say, I'm like, there's no way there was a whiskey that they're selling that was aged 12 years in Texas heat. Not possible. So it looks like they imported a Canadian whiskey. All right, it's a thing. Yeah, see, treaty oak isn't something that really is appealing to me when it's just, well, we have two bourbons, one of them's a mixer and the other one's 2 years old. What's appealing to me is they have a restaurant there. The other one that I haven't gotten a bottle from was Garrison. Hold on. Was it Garrison? I think it is. Let's see what that says. This is me doing a stream and research at the same time. And by research, I mean Google. I don't think Garrison Brothers would be open on Monday. Let's see. I assume they aren't. It's a big store. Star. Yep, of course. They open Tuesday. Because as I said earlier, a lot of distilleries here are not opened on Monday. Because they start. I'm going to have to look into other ones. Those are the other two I remember that are fairly close to the Austric area. It's still a bit of a drive. And part of me just thinks, well, I can go back to Andalusia, but I was just there. And I saw moose and Thai as well. So, and I wouldn't buy anything either. I'd just go there for drinks, which is not a bad idea, but... And that's the best part that I know is Andalusia is definitely open on Monday. It's good to know. It wouldn't be busy. But I want to visit some liquor stores this time. I don't usually do that. It's like, I think last time I just went to a Specs and looked around and then left. Maybe, I think Mama KillCo bought a few things, maybe, like little nips. Which I very likely still have somewhere. More candy? Well, sure. If anyone's wondering, the pairing is interesting. Sweet with sweet. I think the bourbon obliterates the sweetness of the chocolate somewhat. So chewy. Yes, that's right. If there was anything left in the barrel for 12 years in Texas heat, that's why that really threw me off. I'm looking at like a rye whiskey aged 12 years, and then of course I look through just a few lines of text there. It's like, hey, imported from Canada, by the way. It was aged in Canada for 12 years, not here. Yeah, look like espresso and tastes like wood. Yeah, no good. No bueno. Unless they did something specifically strange with it, like, I don't know what they would do. I don't know how that would be possible. I can see that in New England. I can actually see a 12-year whiskey in the New England area, but even then it would have to be much further north, even further north than Rhode Island, because it does get pretty warm. But it does have very obvious seasons. I wonder if, I don't know why I'm looking at a watch to wonder that. I wonder if it will be a little more autumnal when I go back. I don't expect it to be. I wasn't gone that long. But I will be traveling a lot this month. There's this trip, and then there's Irene Tan's tasting event, which if you're in the New England area and you can get to Irene's store, keep an eye out, well, not her store yet, but keep an eye on her Instagram, because again, social media, blah. Or at least her Facebook group, that's another thing. Because there's going to be a unicorn bottle charity tasting event where you get to buy a ticket and you get to have a certain amount of samples, and you can buy some fancy tickets as well for some really super crazy expensive stuff. I will be there pouring, so I'll get to try any of them. Bonus for being a som. But point is, it is a charity event, so if you're interested in helping her out to do more good stuff for the world, do that. And then I feel like I'm doing something else. God, I hate being this busy. It hurts my brain. I don't know how people do this, by the way. I don't know how people travel this much and do this much every day and keep their sanity, because I am not keeping my sanity. I lost it a long time ago, and I was just a hollow cactus. That's true. I'd have to check Google Maps again. If I'm going to go north of Austin tomorrow. That is the general plan. I think someone mentioned, well, when I was talking to this Bourbon night, Chad and Sarah, they were telling me about places they had gone, or at least looked at recently, and I swear they mentioned somewhere to eat. Ooh, I don't know if they'll be open. I forgot about that completely. And that's a bit of a side trip, but there is this really nice Italian place that's closer to Crowded Barrel, and possibly on the way to Andalusia. Oh, the food there was really good. Think about it. I don't know if I want to drive out that direction again. I've done it, 2-3 times past few days? Twice at least, because I went to Andalusia, then I went to Crowded Barrel, then I was there for the Vault on Friday night, and then the next day I went to breakfast. There was a breakfast thing with the Whiskey Tube folks, which was amazing. And this wonderful Mexican place that had amazing tacos, breakfast tacos and everything else. Want to go back there maybe. I try not to go to the same place twice when I'm visiting. It's one of those things where you go somewhere and they go somewhere next time you're there, rather than, more than once. What was my point? Andalusia, Italian restaurant. Yeah, there's an Italian restaurant that really was fucking on point. Last time I was here with my parents, we had such good food there. So I'm not looking for the wrong thing. Ooh, I forgot. Damn, glad I put that on my phone. What I will do. This is all just plans that I have. I'm sorry. Like, we're supposed to be talking about whiskey. Shut up. It's my channel. I'll be at Irene's, and John Bell host a Scotch tasting the next week. Oh, is that what's happening? I don't know. I don't know if that's what it is that I'm thinking about. I'll have a few things to do when I get back, and then, oh wait, this is this week, isn't it? Ha ha ha. There's a Lone Elm There's a Lone Elm tasting on Friday. So this Friday? This Friday? Is it Sunday? This Friday. Yes, wow. Yeah. For that Friday. That's going to be a hell of a trip for you. I'm just letting you know that you could go up there and stay in a room somewhere. I don't know. I thought about doing it. Maybe I'll just stay in my car that night. I haven't decided yet. And I won't have to drive back. So there will be a... Oh, wait. Oh, good, it's in the morning. Never mind, sorry. I saw exercise, listed there, and I went, oh my gosh, but I'm leaving. So there will be a tasting midday on Friday, so I imagine most people can't go to that, of Lone Elm, which is also around here somewhere. Look that up. And then the charity event is on Saturday the 12th. I don't know if tickets have gone on sale yet, or at least raffle, whatever they are. Tasting tickets, I don't know. I don't have to deal with that other than being there. Then next week, I have some exercising plans because getting in good shape, at least so I don't fall apart. And then next week is pretty easy. Then I have a doctor's appointment, which I've had to reschedule because of stuff. Then memorial thing in my head on my phone for Kate Grana, who. Oh wait, no. Yeah, well, yeah. Anyhow, there's that on Saturday, and then the week of the 25th, I will head out to Kentucky on the 29th. As if that weren't enough. More travel, yay! What we got going on here? Papa KillCo. When am I coming back? I will be returning on Tuesday night. So you will not see me Tuesday. I will be returning on Tuesday night. As in, I will leave here about... I think the flight is for 1. I don't really remember. But I will be getting... I'm supposed to be getting back into Providence at 11 p.m. Maybe. Not really looking forward to that, because then I have to drive back home. Ugh. And my car is still sitting in that parking lot, garage, hopefully. What am I doing? Flight. But I think I have a really long layover, which is the problem. Let's see. Details. Telling everyone my plans. Who knows what could happen. I will be departing on... No, that was the line. Returning. There we go. It departs at 4. So 4 p.m. I will be leaving Austin. So I'm likely going to be at the airport around 2. Maybe earlier. I don't know. Then I will be stopping in Baltimore just like I did before. There's got to be some crazy ass layover there. Yeah, because it arrives in Baltimore at... Actually, that's not too bad. Why is there such a long... Oh! I'm looking at it, I'm like, that doesn't make sense. The flight isn't that long. It's departing here, Texas, at 4 p.m., arriving in Baltimore at 8 p.m. It is not a 4-hour flight. It is the fact that I will lose an hour going back there. To be clear, it's about 3 hours-ish. Then my plane will depart there at 9:50. So I'll be stuck in the airport for almost 2 hours. Wait, 8 to 9, 9 to 10. Yeah. Over an hour. An hour or something. Maybe 2 hours. I can't tell. And then it will be departing at 9:50. I should be arriving in Providence by 11:05. And then I have to drive home. So if I'm lucky, I will be home before midnight. And flights are remain subject to change. Blah, blah, blah. Traveling is such a joy. So there you go, Dad. I'll be home Tuesday night, technically. But I will be dead to the world on Wednesday. Absolutely. Lone Emma's by Dallas. Never mind. So is Iron Root. Iron Root is almost not in Texas, from what I hear. It is a long-ass drive, and I'm not going to do that. Not again. Not ever. I've never driven very... Well, no. As a kid, we drove through Texas, and it took days. But as far as driving, I want to do as little of that as possible, but I do want to check out some liquor stores tomorrow. And, very important, what I checked on my phone, and as a reminder for myself, because I would have forgotten, I will try to hit up the Bearded Baker tomorrow morning. If they're open in the morning. I believe they are. Ugh. If you don't know, the Bearded Baker was a place that was right next to Still Austin, which is also somewhere I went today for a cocktail. An old-fashioned. Delicious. So I went to Still Austin. They used to have the Bearded Baker there. He's not there anymore. He opened his own place up just north of Austin. And I would like to stop there because last time we thought he was going to be at Still Austin. Wow. And he wasn't. Last Bastards of Baller in May when I was here for my Psalm level 1 course thing. We went to Still Austin expecting him to be there, and he was not. And we didn't have enough time to go to his new place. So I will be going there and taking pictures and such. Because Mama KillCo wanted to go. Again, I have to do the stuff Mama KillCo was supposed to do because of reasons. She's living vicariously through me at the moment. Ugh. More chocolate? Sure. No. Busy day tomorrow, apparently. Still. But, if I manage to get things orderly, tomorrow afternoon / evening, I will have an easy time with the airport, since I don't even have to be there till 1 or 2. I think what I was going to do... I forget when I have to return the car. The rental car. I think it's 2, is what I said. But again, I'm not sure. I'd have to check. A lot of thinking to do. A lot of what am I doing soon? Thank you, Zenboot. Get some sleep. This stream is going to be ending soon anyway. About 10 more minutes. Tree Oak is dripping springs on the way to Andalusia. A better liquor store seemed to be Total Wine. Yeah, well, I can go to Total Wine in New England. But I will. That is on the list. There's like Specs. There's a Specs near here, Mr. Great Shot, which I'm sure you know about. That is supposedly the good one. So I'll stop in there first, since again it's right, well, whatever direction it is. It's in the area. Within like 10 minutes, not even 5 maybe. And I guess the plan is Specs. Then I'll probably head around Austin instead of going through it with the highways and stuff, because I don't want to deal with it. Maybe and then hopefully get food at the Bearded Baker. I don't know if he has morning foods. I hope so. Baked goods from there would be choice. Most importantly, though, the first thing I need every time I wake up and do anything is caffeine. I did hit up a nice little cafe that had a mustached fellow as their logo. I thought that was funny, so I went there and it was delish. That's where I had the yogurt. And that's all. Yogurt and caffeine, that's all I need. Yogurt, granola, and blueberries, I should say. A little cup. Super healthy, I guess. Ugh. But what else? What else? And then after Bearded Baker, I will hit up the liquor stores that are up north of Austin. And then I'll try to figure out the rest, because it hurts my head to think about anything. Oh god, I'm sure they have. But it still doesn't hurt to check, because it'll be a Monday. And they're all gone. They had plenty of time to restock on Sunday if they wanted to. I know they're closed, but it'd be sensible of them to have people employed there to restock on Sunday. Which is why, again, I don't understand why they would just close like that. But I don't know. Maybe they are officially closed. I don't know the rules. I may be thinking of shopping in grocery stores instead, because those definitely have to be restocked and reshuffled constantly. They don't get a day off. They get closing hours. That's it. Twix is good, for the record. Oh yeah. There will not be a KillCo mini meetup of any sort this month. For what I feel are obvious reasons, but I have got to meet plenty of people I wouldn't have met before here in Austin. And I will be meeting more people, hopefully, at Bourbon on the Banks come the end of September. So that's 2 technical meetup type situations in 1 month. October, I don't know, maybe something at Irene's place, or maybe something at one of the restaurants / whiskey places I like. Oh, that's right, I do have another special event coming up on next week. I think now that Zenboot's gone to sleep, of course, he has invited me on into a little bit of a club in the New England area to have some scotch. New liquor sales on Sunday. Only beer and wine after 12. It's weird. So weird. Mike Franklin, good evening. Hello. Welcome, sir. I hope you are well. Again, longtime supporter of this channel, Mike Franklin. Man, a few words. But I'm glad you are here, sir. We're going to be wrapping things up at 10:30 my time, which I think is 11:30 in England. I think. I've lost track of time and everywhere. But I'm looking to enjoy my last day here. It's still going to be a little hectic, but it is going to be more of a coasting around, just, you know, poking at stuff, getting some food, maybe relaxing a little if I can find a decent nature-ish area. I don't know what the temperature is going to be like tomorrow. That's really the major thing that has been rather dangerous in the Texas area, is just how hot it can be at all times. It's 26 degrees Celsius here. That doesn't really translate well, but it is probably around 80-ish, probably 85, maybe Fahrenheit. So it's still pretty damn hot, and it's nighttime. It is, again, almost 10:30. Tomorrow looks like it's going to be more of the same. Going to be about 90-ish degrees out. Fairly unpleasant. Yeah. That's terrible news. I'm sorry. You know, you look at your phone for 5 seconds, terrible news. Well, the humidity has died down a little bit here. I don't know how we hit humidity in Texas, but we did. But with that, Mike Franklin, I hope you have to get to the Bastards Ball someday. I'm not sure where you're located, but Bastards Ball is definitely an event. Or you could come visit New England, see Irene Tan in person, and have all the whiskeys. I would give you so many free whiskeys that she already has. And one thing I have to get used to, I guess unofficially or officially, I don't know. I haven't really had a discussion with Irene yet, but I know Cliff, who is also. I have a feeling. Again, I'm still getting used to this whole whiskey somm thing overall. It's still weird to just grab a bottle and pour it in the vault, and it's also weird to grab a bottle and pour it at Irene's store. But since I am a whiskey somm, and I know Cliff, who's another whiskey somm, doesn't hesitate to pour anything for people who are there, I think I can pour it for myself. And that would be cool, because then if I were to bring a small KillCo Whiskey Music gathering to her store, I could just go in and start pouring stuff for people without having to, you know, make her be the one to do everything. Or not make her, but she wouldn't have to be the one pouring everything. That'd be nice. Community blows in from the Gulf Coast. Oh. Well, tell it to stop. Bastards Ball was pretty rough this year as far as heat and humidity. I made it just fine. I don't really sweat too much, but I was really running around a lot. This is, where is it? No, the bottle I think I was using for water, I think I tossed it, but it was a bottle like this and it had no label on it. And I filled that thing up at least 4 or 5 times that day, and I still probably was not drinking enough water. But I didn't hear of anyone having a bad time. One thing I will tell you is to look forward to the try video of the Bastards Ball, because at the end, Brianna got to have a lot of fun. Brianna got to do something that I think Daniel would have loved to do to Rex, but unfortunately it didn't happen. But it was pretty damn funny. I won't do any spoilers because you had to be there, but I do hope they show a little bit of that on the try video whenever it comes out. It will probably be over a week. I don't expect them to get it out this week. Maybe next week. Who knows? In that regard, talking about travel and what people do constantly, it does take away a lot of just general enjoyment from things. Like, I haven't watched the Vault video from Friday. I haven't watched the Whiskey Tribe video from Saturday. There's another channel I like to watch. She watches movies and reacts to them. And she's a millennial, so there's plenty of movies she hasn't seen. She only saw freaking Princess Bride maybe last year. So yeah, if you haven't seen The Princess Bride yet, do it. It's old, but it's a wonderful movie. It's got Andre the Giant in it. I mean, that's something right there. It's It's enough reason to see it at all. 2 more minutes, then we're shutting this down. If anyone's donated, please at me. I don't think anyone has. It's just there as a thing. And if this doesn't go off, I don't know. So I know a couple of you specifically donated the last time I streamed. I don't even remember if it was from the hotel or not, but thank you for that. You know who you are. And I do, except I have a terrible memory. So there were 3 of you at least, so thank you for that. OS, hello! Are you not drunk? No, OS. I decided long ago that drunk was just not for me. I did it enough times when I was younger. I was abusing alcohol. I'm good. I actively keep myself in a level of non-drunkenness, if possible. My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father, prepare to die. She saw Blazing Saddles. She loved it. She loved it, from what I understand. From vaguely what I remember, but I think she showed it to her mother and maybe her brother, and they weren't really into it. That's a trip of a movie. I watched that. I was like, oh. I watched her watching it, and I was reminded of how bonkers it is. But that is what I will probably be doing next. Is just chilling out, watching some YouTube, and then going to sleep. Hopefully before midnight. Midnight Texas time, which is still late in Rhode Island time, and I have to keep that in mind because I'm going to have to go back there. My sleep's going to get weird again. But unlike the rest of the Whiskey Tube people who were here, I didn't travel back home today, and I don't plan to travel back home tomorrow because I know well enough I need a little extra cushioning time to deal with flight again after so much social activity. I just need time to be with myself and as few other people as I can. But with that, 10:30, it's been about an hour, I think. Thank you all for being here. Stay tuned for some other type of stream at some point. There were a couple people who talked to me about, it's like, hey, I miss your streams, man. It's like, yeah, I kind of do too. So I might try to do a Friday one. Definitely not this week, but I'll try to get them rolling once it gets a little colder, maybe. And of course, we have October, November. Suddenly it's going to be December. Suddenly it's going to be freaking next year. So keep the belled. I might start doing streams somewhat regularly again if I can, but definitely not this month. And you will see more travel streams like this, where it looks janky as hell. With that said, I guess I picked the wrong day to quit sniffing glue. Yep, exactly. I know what that's from. I know what you're talking about. With that said, as always, fellow whiskey people, if I met you, it was glorious. I hope we got to share some whiskey together. Or at least I got to say hello. Again, if you see me at the Bastards Ball, I don't stop. If I stop too long, I stop for forever. Just. But again, if you want to have a conversation with me, please just like, all right, KillCo, just have a little chat. Ask me what I'm doing, because I will probably dash off. Because if I'm at any kind of event, I have many other things I'm trying to do at once, and I don't mean to ignore anyone. So yeah, just get in touch if you want to know anything about me, or want to hang out, or want to meet up. I'm in the area. I always am happy to meet other people if I am familiar with them, or if they are someone who enjoys this channel. With that, as always, live long and prosper. Don't forget to be awesome. And I will see you up there. Boop. And now, Brian, you have to do the outing, so...
Thank you for joining me on KillCo Whiskey Musing. You can find my social media and Patreon in the links below. Be sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.